And hello, everybody. Welcome. We're so glad to have you. Welcome to Father Shawn's Paranormal Ministry here on UPRN 107.7 FM in New Orleans, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast. And we're going to have a really good time today. I've been looking forward to it. But before that, um, I don't know why. Okay, there I am. I found myself. Isn't that great news? Awesome. So we have a really great guest today, and Father Shawn Whittington is not able to be with us. He is still on leave. His wife has been very, very extremely ill, and there is a GoFundMe for Sharon. And on GoFundMe, you would look for Join Sharon's Fight to Beat Cancer, and that is Sharon Whittington. And she has had 6 surgeries since June the 22nd. I did talk to Father Shawn recently, and he said that they are starting to talk about releasing her to a rehab facility for a while first. She does need to have another procedure, but that will be coming up after she's well enough and strong enough recovered from what she's had so far. So this has really been a long and hard ordeal. Um, if anyone makes any donations, or is praying for them. All of that is appreciated more than you can imagine. It's so appreciated, all of your help and prayers. I am Annette Munich, his co host. I own Stellium Books. Father Shawn Whittington, you may know from um, Eli Roth Presents The Legion of Exorcists on Travel Channel, and you can catch up on those episodes and watch them on Max and Discovery Plus. Father Shawn Whittington is also an author. He has 2 books, God, Ghosts, and the Paranormal Ministry, volumes 1 and 2. And the book is just absolutely, both of them are fabulous. Each chapter is its own case that he had from the past and resolved. And they're just very unpredictable, very scary, very nicely put together. And he tells how he resolves these cases. Here's volume 2. These books are available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. And also, you can get them from his website. And if you do that, you can get a signed copy. And uh, that's also a good way to support Father Shawn. And I will say, I don't think that you will be disappointed with the level of stories that are in there, all spiritual warfare, very scary. We have people coming in today. I'm really happy to see them. Speaking of books, our guest today is another one of the wonderful authors that we had participate in Help Me, I'm Haunted. Help Me, I'm Haunted was put together last year. And what we did was we made a book around the most common themes that we got from our mailbag. And so we have a variety of topics in there. And he weighs in on it. Father Shawn first, he weighs in on it. And then I weigh in on it. And then we had guest authors that came in, one per each topic to weigh in. And I think that it's a very well rounded book. In the back of the book, we have prayers, remedies, different things that have worked for people. It's basically a guidebook on how to manage your paranormal situation. And so, therefore, kind of very, very helpful to people. We hope we did try our best. Having said all of that, I'm going to get to Kelly because Kelly is just like this really fun and interesting person and beautiful writer. And I did her book. I'm going to show her book right now. I did her book, and this is a gorgeous book, Paranormal Pages, Collection 1. And Kelly is, besides being an author, Kelly is the founder of the Haunted Adventures Club, and she's in Tennessee, and her book is similar to Father Shawn's in the idea that every chapter was a case investigation or whatnot. And so she collects up her experiences and makes them into very, very interesting books. I love this book. And happy to have her here today. Very happy and very grateful that she's able to. Kelly Shaffer. Hi, Cal.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. It's very, very hot here. I do not
Oh,
look
yeah, I
great.
don't even, nope, I don't even want your hot. I've got my own up here in Tennessee. I'm just, oh, Lord Almighty.
104 degrees actual, 111 heat index,
No.
and I'm upstairs, so upstairs is always hotter. And I had to turn the fan down or else you can hear it in the show.
So,
So
so
that's
if you start to melt, we know why.
right. We're just troopers over here. That's all I can say. We're just doing what we can do. But thrilled to have you. And we've got
Yeah,
people pouring in. And I want to say hi. We've got Michelle Wilfong, and she is in Oregon, and she comes regularly, and we
that's
love her.
Oregon, by the way.
Oregon,
Oregon. Yeah.
Oregon.
Nope, you don't
You,
do
you know why?
Oregon.
It's because I'm Italian. It's like oregano.
Well, yeah, I know, yeah, but you go to Oregon, you go to Oregon, and you do that, and you'll have every single Oregonian telling you how to pronounce it.
Okay. Well, we'll say Oregon. We got Angela Bowley. Angela's been a guest here before, and Angela is very cool. She's a spirit artist, and she paints these spirits. Angela, you got to come back soon, girl. We got to do this. That'll be really good. We can show some. The bad thing is that, the people listening on the ground and in their cars and stuff, they don't get to see these images that we show, but very, very cool. And she has great stories that go along with it. So, Angela, get with me and let's get you back because whatever you've been we've had going on recently, we'd love to hear about Travis. I love Travis. Hi, Travis. Travis gets Miss America wave. Hi, Travis.
Is that
Hi,
Travis? Nope, that's not my Travis. I thought it was Travis Clover.
Hi, Travis. How's Trevor? He knows what that means. Carl. Hi, Carl. Carl gets a heart. I'm so glad you're here. And Carl's going to be back on with us in September. And Carl is a regular too, and he has so many interesting stories. And he's had recently captured some new Bigfoot evidence that we
Nice.
are on thermal camera
Nice.
that we're going to be really interested in talking
Thermal's
about.
going to be very, very important for Bigfoot.
He says supinette. That's cute because he's sup. All right. I like it. I'm following along. I got it. We got Camilla Rosa from Denmark. I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back, Camilla. We're glad to have you. Honey gets a heart. Honey is my cousin's daughter, and I just love her. She's just really fun and really sweet, and I love that she comes here. I'm always happy when she is able to be with us. We've got Miss Heidi. Hey, girl, hey. Heidi gets a heart. Heidi gets a hey, girl, hey. So I think that I'm also a PNW girl. My home is Seattle.
Yeah, I was
So
raised in Cottage Grove.
she's saying Pacific Northwest.
Yep. I was raised in, yeah, Pacific Northwest is Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and part of Northern California.
I used to think that Carl will like this because he's with us, and I used to think that Bigfoot stories that was all from that area. The
Oh
Pacific
no.
Northwest.
Yeah.
That's where primarily you heard about so many sightings. It would be Washington, Oregon,
Hmm.
Oregon, not Oregon, not Oregano, not oregano, but Oregon. Because we're evolving, we're learning, we're growing as people over here. So, but thinking that everything was, well, not everything, but so much. There were a lot of stories coming out of that. Have you ever had a Bigfoot experience? She and I talked a little bit before the show. I'm completely off of everything that I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna ask
I,
her if
I
she
I
ever had,
have had I have had
because
Bigfoot
in your
experiences.
book you wrote a little bit
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
So if
I've had multiple Bigfoot experiences. You know, they talk about me being a ghost hunter. I originally was involved with Bigfoot. I was a Bigfoot girl.
interesting. So
Yeah, and then I moved over to the ghosts.
it started off as a Bigfoot curiosity,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
what's
And then it
what
exploded
started
into the
that?
ghosts. Oh, that was primarily because I lived in the Pacific Northwest, and when you were in the woods, you knew something was out there with you.
Interesting.
And I've seen him, I've smelled him, I've been terrorized by him, I've been followed, I've had multiple experiences with Bigfoot.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So
And I'm
when
very interested. I really want out here. I want to have another experience so that I can see what the differences are between the two species.
yeah, well, Carl is doing this. Carl's originally from Illinois by me, Chicago area,
Hmm.
and now he's in Arizona, and he sees a lot in Arizona, but he
Hmm.
sees them many, many different places. So
Right.
that's pretty interesting. But he has a lot of stories to tell. I was just sort of remembering that about your book, the Bigfoot reference, and
Yeah,
that's
that was one
very
of the ones
cool.
early on. That was when I was, because the book's chronological
Yeah,
in my experience in my life, and so it was around the time that I was 14, somewhere around in there.
yeah.
That was, yeah. But yeah, that was one of the stories that was in there, is that one, and I think there was another reference to the Bigfoot stuff, but yeah, most of that book's ghosts though. Ghosts and weird
and
experiences.
and everybody loves a great ghost and weird experience story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say, again, completely off script, like we never even spoke before what we were going to do. When her book opens up, Paranormal Pages,
Hmm.
which, if you like Father Shawn's book and you like that type of format, every chapter is its own story, you will love this book. So I'm going to get you started off, because in this book, as a child, she lived right by a funeral home.
Hmm. I lived in the
And
mortician's house.
yeah, so that turned into, from somebody who's reading about that, and on the outside of an experience like that, that was like, pardon the pun, mortifying. It was like, ooh, ew,
You get used to it.
ew plus horrible. Well, you get used to it. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
the
I would
woman
get
the
used to
woman
it.
screaming at midnight was
The
not a real
woman
good. That
screaming at midnight.
woman
So
screaming at midnight. Oh,
I'm going to invite her to recap a little bit of that experience that is right in the beginning of her book,
yeah, that was
Paranormal
a
Pages.
yeah, that one. The woman screaming was there was all kinds of people going through the mortuary, and my best friend was one of the mortician's daughters, And so I knew everything that was going on inside the mortuary, and they had a woman come in, and my understanding is that her death was not very gentle. The night she came in, we had all just got done with our 4-block wide game of hide and go seek, and we were all going to bed, and it was about midnight, and all of a sudden you heard this blood curdling scream. And I'm like, okay. So the next morning I talked to my little friend Barb, and she heard it too. The whole neighborhood heard it. And that's like,
Whoa.
okay, so who's screaming? And the next night at midnight, a woman screamed, and we had repeat screams until that woman was buried.
Wow.
Hmm.
Can you imagine?
I don't even want. I mean, knowing what I know now, I don't even want to know what traumatized that woman to the point of where her spirit just screamed.
Right. And
Yeah.
at midnight, like this is, the
What? Yeah.
perfect
Why midnight? Why midnight?
creepy
Right?
story. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why midnight? Did she die at midnight? I don't know. I really, all of these weird things that happened to me as a child, I wish I would have access to the information and to the places now as an adult to go in and actually do an investigation.
Yeah.
The house no longer exists. The
Uh-huh.
mortuary has changed. I'm not there anymore. That's a big one.
Did it just
But yeah.
change hands or?
No, it's pretty much in the same family as when I was raised. Well, it did change from Mills to Mill Lund mortuary, but our house was torn down, and Les Schwab expanded their parking lot. So yeah,
Yeah.
the house is gone and all that kind of stuff. So it's I wish.
I know of a couple of different funeral homes that turned themselves into sold and turned themselves into other businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one of them that did that was a restaurant. I thought that was extremely
Oh,
icky.
that'd be good. That'd be good. Oh,
Then one was
I
a
would enjoy
thing.
that. But
And you
the
know
the
what? This is one of you would have loved this one because I know you'd have loved it.
yeah.
This was an old one that had the gothic vibe to it. It looked like an old funeral home, gothic-y, the lanterns and all of that. And then it became a restaurant. You would have loved that.
Cool. I nowadays geeky the better. Well, geeky goth is kind of like where I put myself at. But yeah, I would love to have something like that
Because
happen.
I
The
think that,
mortuaries, the one mortuary that I knew, well, what I was thinking about when we mentioned the mortuary and we went into this next part was places that try to attract ghost hunters to their location by saying that it was once a mortuary.
yeah,
There's several of them out there. And most owners don't realize that there is a registry of mortuaries, and mortuaries are regulated, so we can find out if you have had a mortuary there or not. There's one place out on the West Coast that they claim that they were a mortuary, and there's absolutely no reference whatsoever to it being a mortuary anywhere in the history records.
well, I'm going to bring up some current events now in a minute, but we're going to say hi to Nancy. She says, I'm here and driving. Carl, I swear last Saturday a Bigfoot was next to my barn. Everyone says it was a deer, but the eyes were like human. Nancy's out in Michigan. Um, Nancy is sweet. She comes a lot, so we're excited that she's here. But that's an interesting story. So, okay, what's been going on in Chicago? I don't know if this made nationwide news, but this is not the first time. They had a funeral home that people said it smelled really bad, and they actually found like 50 or
Mm-hmm.
more bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say improperly disposed, but that's
Oh, well, I'm gonna say
embarrassing
yeah,
to say that
100%.
because they're talking about rodents, insects, just terrible. The neighborhood stinks now.
Well, you
These
got a health
people,
hazard.
oh yeah, these people, believe it or not, got caught doing this in a Chicago suburb already. This is their second time. Now they found another place on the
Well,
more of
if
the north side that is also doing the same. And
you
I
you
guess
you have to be completely insane to do something like this.
this is what I
I
think.
mean, it's human need to bury things.
Right. And there's also a cemetery, this is from a few years ago, that was charged with not properly handling the bodies,
Mm-hmm.
bodying, burying bodies in places where there was someone else or still is at
Mm-hmm.
one time and just changing out the headstone
Yep.
and all this kind of inappropriate. So I personally would think that this would create quite an active atmosphere for spirits to be not at rest.
Well, yeah. I mean, but if that is if we understood what made spirits stay in a location or be in a location or appear in a
Right,
location, we don't even know why that happens.
right.
I'm going to say because of the varied experience of what I encounter at locations and can identify, I'm going to say it's not necessarily where they died. For instance, one of the houses that I lived in, the gentleman that haunted the house didn't die in the house, he died in the hospital.
Yeah,
So, I mean, and my dad, he's here in my house. He didn't die here, he died in Oregon.
yeah.
So it's not necessarily where they died at, but whether or not the spirits are still with the bodies, possibly. Are they probably not at rest? I absolutely 100%. Would you think you'd be happy if your body was sitting in a back corner?
Terrible. And
Yeah.
I mean, we don't understand the rules of things if there are
Mm-mm.
rules, but
Yeah.
this brings me back to something that's really basic in the paranormal world, which is the use of the word haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, I think haunted means something is tied to that place or
Mm-hmm.
that land or that object. But there are a lot of spirits that freely move around. We
Mm-hmm.
had multiple experiences in my family. In fact, my cousin's daughter is here. Your ma saw our grandfather. I saw our grandfather
Wow.
in different locations, and he died before we were born.
Oh, wow.
So, and yet we have a lot of haunted cemeteries. And you would think who would want to stick around in a cemetery? That
Oh,
would be
yeah.
the last place you would want to stick around. You'd
Yeah.
want to go back to something more meaningful to you, but that's, they're close to their body. So it's a very interesting paradoxical thing. But for some reason, when you say haunted, they are attached in some way, shape, or form for some reason.
To some place. Yes.
Right. Or an
Right.
object. They're
Right.
attached to
They're
something. And
attached to something for some reason. Yes, I would agree. I would absolutely 100% agree on that definition of haunting then. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So we don't know why it is that way, but Carl says in Phoenix, Los Dos Molinos on Central is in a former mortuary that was previously Tom Mix's home. Who's Tom Mix?
Yeah, who's Tom Mix?
Is he like a mafia guy with a great story. Los Dos Molinos, is that a restaurant? Okay, now we got Carrie. We got a lot of people weighing in today. It's nice.
Wow.
Sometimes the residual energy of a soul gets trapped in unseen structures guarded by witch or demonic entity. Those are really sad stories when you come across a spirit that's seemed to be saying that they're trapped and that there's another entity there that is oppressing them somehow, holding them back and keeping them in a location. Have you ever come across that?
Oh yeah, a couple of different times.
Yeah, that's sad.
The story that I told a couple of times just recently. In fact, it was Monday night when I did a podcast. There was one cemetery that I was at for a public location, and there were spirits in that location, and they were interacting with people and fooling them, quite frankly. They'd get one group in and they'd make the group go, oh, let's try and help you pass on, go towards the light. Meanwhile, I'm watching the spirits laughing their rear ends off. And so here comes the next group. Oh, let us help you pass on, go towards the light. Spirits are over here laughing their butts off. Next group comes in. It happened all night long.
Mm.
There's, we talk about why spirits might be in the cemeteries, and my other half, Rob, gave me a really great perspective. He said, you'd go to the cemetery because people would come there to visit you.
True. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, there's that. So that's a great explanation for why they're in cemeteries. Hey, I know people will be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. But when you have, I hate to hear.
The spirits were claiming that they were trapped. I should probably say that.
Okay, they were claiming to be trapped.
Yeah, they were claiming to be trapped, and they let the other folks pass them on, and then let the next folks pass them on. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awful to pass away and now you're bullied in the afterlife?
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would be hell.
Right.
That would be someone's hell.
I could go off on a thing right now. I'm trying to decide if I should or not, but this ties to a place that I was on investigation, and I've been there a couple of times, and then I wrote down my experiences, and then James Baxter, he crafted the book around it.
Oh, cool.
And it does resolve in the book, but in real life, I'm sure the place is still as haunted as it ever was. Why do I bring this up? Because there was a spirit of a man that was seen on the stairwell. And the way that the story started evolving was that he was actually in control of all this mayhem.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see that happening.
He didn't say much, but he was very he was acknowledging you. He knew you were there. He very quiet, but the way that things kind of went in the investigations, it seemed like he was the one.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of different stories in this building. Okay, I'm going to go. The Olivia. This is a story of the Olivia, and Olivia is not the name of a person, it's the name of the building. And inside it was a hotel, then it was turned into luxury condos. And it's like Titanic era style in the decor. And are you seeing it? It's in Joplin.
Yeah, I'm working. Missouri. Yeah, I got it. It's in Manhattan.
No.
Is it the one? No. Okay, it's in Missouri. Okay, let me go find it.
Yeah, and it caught
There's a couple
fire.
of different ones.
It caught fire a few years ago, and they're fixing it instead of tearing it down, for which I'm very grateful.
Cool.
Because I hate to see old buildings, especially beautiful. It's very beautiful inside. It still is
Okay,
very
so it's
beautiful.
the Olivia Apartments is how they distinguish that. Wow, that is a great building. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh, that's ouch, ouch. That's gorgeous.
If you go on Google Maps, you can see that they fixed the upper floors from the fire and they put in new windows.
Oh,
And yeah, it
wow.
turned into condos and then they call it apartments. It was luxury. They had upstairs, they had fine dining,
That's cool.
and downstairs they had an apothecary. You could get your hair cut. You could
Oh,
buy
neat.
simple grocery items. And this is like the heyday for this would be 30s and 40s.
Yeah,
That because Joplin um, was a big mining town and they
right.
were having a boom and making, people are going there making a lot of money. And we're going to be releasing this book and I'm going to have Jim on. We're going to talk about it. And then we're doing a couple of shows together because I think people might be ready for just a good old fashioned ghost story. Al Capone owned one of the units and his aunt lived there. It's a very cool story.
Well, yeah, you didn't mention it's got limestone. That's a big
Yeah,
recording rock.
yes. And when you walk in, the lobby is all marble and gorgeous, and it has the old fashioned elevators. And that
Nice,
was
nice, nice,
one of my
nice.
experiences was with the old fashioned girl. I'm taking over everything. I need to stop myself. It's like,
I let you do it too.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll just say, we didn't even get to this or that, so I want you to come back, and then I'll
you,
just
you
rebook
know
you.
me. I just let people talk. It's like you go for it, dude.
But it's very interesting. So that's something that'll be coming up. And I've mentioned that a few times before my experiences at the Olivia. So that book will be coming out and
Nice.
very cool story. And the way that I wrote my part of it, well, he actually puts it together. I wrote it on a steno pad with paper made automatic pencil, and I kept taking pictures of the pages and
Oh
sending
my
them over
gosh.
to
Oh
him.
yeah, I've done those ones before. Yep, I've
Yeah.
done that before. Yep. Sometimes it's
So,
faster to write it out than it is to type it out.
well, should I say we're older and it's more
We're
natural to
older and
just,
it's yeah,
I
exactly. There we
mean,
go.
the
Just go
typing,
with that.
for
Just
what
go
I
with that.
do, I am not the best typist. You would not want to hire me to type. I do okay, but I'm not like, I am not. I'm not really,
Yeah, I
I
can
get
I
by,
can
but
type I can type a memo from one part of my head and have a conversation with the other side of my head. So it's yeah, it's like second nature for my keyboarding.
well,
But
you do
I
get
can't
the,
I can't do I can't do what the kids do. Oh no way. And the
oh,
generations after me, they learned keyboarding rather
and
than
with their
typing.
phones, the
Oh my
texting.
gosh.
That's why I always want to, I'm like, can you talk for a few?
Yeah,
Because
I know, right?
I
'Cause of the
can
texting thing.
say in 10 minutes what it's going to take me 20 minutes to type out back and forth.
Exactly.
I'm just
Yep.
like, I'm terrible with the texting on the phone, although I enjoy having that. Um, if I have something really lengthy to talk about, I would just rather talk. So, having said all of these million things, I want to go back to Help Me, I'm Haunted, and
Mhm.
how I came to you to write about one of my favorite mysterious topics, which is the doppelgangers. I'm like
Which happened to
fascinated with
be
this doppelganger thing. There's a lot of theories about it. Maybe we'll never understand. It is the paranormal, supernatural. We're not meant to really understand all of it, but it's completely, to me, a totally fascinating topic. And Kelly has a doppelganger story in
mhm.
paranormal pages. And I'd love if you share that with people and your theories on doppelganger. And she also wrote um, about that in our chapter. We have a chapter, it's not really all doppelganger, it's mimic spirits.
Mixing, yeah. I throw them both into the same bucket.
You're right. Yes.
Hmm.
And so that's
Yeah.
fascinating. So I'm going to toss it back
Well,
over.
it's you're gonna let me do it. I'm gonna let you
I'm
take
going
it
to
at
let
some
you
point.
talk.
So when you contacted me about doing doppelgangers, I had just started doing research on doppelgangers because I encountered a few of them out in the field, and I want to have a better understanding of what they are. Um, you've got the doppelgangers that are mimics, where for instance, the location that we have up here, it's about 15 miles from where I live. It's called Octagon Hall, and there's an entity out there that mimics things, and one of the things that it mimics is kittens. So you'll be out there and you'll be hearing a meow, meow, and you want to go find that lost little kitten. Yeah, you don't want to go find that lost little kitten. No, that
Oh,
lost little kitten does not exist. There's the ones that are people. They like the one I saw that was my brother. That's the one that's in the book.
wow.
I It was him. 110%. I would put a hand on a Bible in a courtroom and lift it burnt, but I would swear to it was him.
Wow.
Um, and there's been so many locations in the last few years that I've encountered doppelgangers that I'm wondering, okay, what is this? And when you actually start getting into thinking about doppelgangers, any spirit, any ghost you run into could be a doppelganger, because we run into ghosts that are mimicking a live person, a person that
Sure.
was live at one time. So are
Sure.
we actually looking at the residual of a being, or are
Don't
we
know.
looking at a doppelganger?
Right. You
I
can be easily fooled. And here's the
You
thing,
can.
it's not talked about very much, but I had
Mhm,
an experience with mimic spirit. Mine was interesting in the way that it was mimicking me.
mhm,
I was working on somebody's books. I get paranormal experiences sometimes when I'm working on people's books.
mhm.
Anyway, I'm in the house by myself. I go in the kitchen and I sneeze and I hear myself sneeze behind me. And then I coughed and I heard myself cough.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
That, that
No,
was
no, 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 no.
the big no bueno. Didn't like that.
Yeah,
It
no.
sounded exactly like me and it was very scary. And again, I'm in the house completely by myself.
Mhm,
Father Shawn has had doppelganger spirits in his house. Um, his wife will see him. I'm not quoting it correctly, but just an example. She'll walk by
mhm.
and think he's in the office, and then she'll go to a different part of the house and he's there. He wasn't in the office at all. So she's seeing a live person,
Yep,
and at the
I get
same
those
time,
reports a lot. Those are the
and
reports that I get most frequently.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is that when you don't know that you're looking at the doppelganger, so you walk into the other room and there the real person is, and you go back and the doppelganger is gone. That's what's so hard about getting data on this, is that you never know. Was that a doppelganger? Oh, quick, let me pull out my camera.
Just walk up to them and go, bloop.
Yeah, the data. I mean, yeah, the data. I mean, that's why there's so little data on them, because you never know you got a doppelganger.
My
Mostly it's mimics
girlfriend,
that we've got data on.
my girlfriend also had that in her house with her husband. She
Oh,
called
I've
me
heard
and
those ones.
she
Mhm.
said that she saw him in the hallway going into the bathroom, and then she walked by the bedroom and he was actually asleep in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
Yep.
in the hallway going to the bathroom at all. And
Yep.
um,
The one I saw was walking out the door of a hotel room when the real live person was upstairs in a bed sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you make of all the? I know I want to talk about the
I
Haunted
really,
Adventure.
yeah, I don't. I've been thinking about it, where you were going to take it, because it's like, okay, where do we take this? Because where is this pointing us to? And considering the fact that I wrote it in a Christian light,
Yeah,
it's I have a hard time believing that mimics are ghosts. A very hard time. Mimics and ghosts, mimics and doppelgangers. I think it's something entirely different. I don't think it's a ghost. I think
right,
it's spiritual creature, a spiritual entity that does maybe that is its entire, because we've got mythology that's back there that's telling us about all these jester spirits and all these spirits that like to mess around with things. What if that's what doppelgangers and mimics are?
like a trickster
Like a
energy.
trickster energy. I mean, we've
Right,
got the mythology on that. We've got it going back centuries. So what if what we're experiencing in doppelgangers and mimics is indeed the trickster energy?
right.
And we can just throw all of them into the trickster bucket.
And I would say that they're not good. It doesn't mean that I'm not saying they're demons. I'm not saying they're trying
I'm
to
not
hurt
going to
you,
say that either.
but I'm
Yeah.
not saying that they're. I think that something good and benevolent doesn't uh, appear that way, approach that way. It's just a
Yeah.
deceptive way
And
to
and
present.
and the other thing that I think about is what would be the good presentation of that? Why do it? Why do it if it's not to fake somebody out, if it's not to fool somebody, if it's not to,
Right,
what would be the purpose? What would be the intent? I
right,
mean, there's nothing out there that would make it good.
right.
A trickster energy really isn't good, and it isn't bad necessarily. It's just what it is. It
Yeah.
does what it does.
And for
And
the purpose that we don't know, but
right, yeah.
it's more widespread than people might think.
I
If you start talking
sincerely think it
about it,
is.
you can, and also before we switch to the Haunted Adventures Club,
Hmm.
and you said in the beginning, kittens, it also can be animals.
Oh yeah, animals, noises,
Yeah.
bathtub dripping. We had one mimic just recently at our July 4th investigation, where we investigated two different locations, and I think I couldn't tell you which one it was. It may have been with St. Albans or Old Hospital on College Hill. We're down in the basement. We're having our little conversation with the spirits, asking them to make some sound to let us know they're here. And we hear what sounds like a section of ceiling falling down onto the floor.
Wow.
It's like literally a destruction. And we searched that entire downstairs. Nothing. And it happened, I can't remember. I know two or three times, and nothing. Nothing. And it was loud. It was really loud.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's very wide, it varies as to what the action is that it takes. It's varied to what appears to be the intent, but everything boils down to its mimicking, its tricks, it has no purpose really, except to confuse, to cause chaos, which is the
Right.
trickster energy.
And like with Father Shawn and my girlfriend's husband, it must feel weird for someone to see you
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else and you're like something is embodying or adopting my image and doing things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Very, very creepy.
Yeah,
So
but then you can take that discussion off into, okay, so what's to be said about people that are dying that actually see their loved ones? Are those mimics, or are those angels, or are those their loved
I
ones?
think
Or
I
because
think that
there's
those.
something that looks like a living person that once was.
Oh no, I don't think all ghosts are that.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're dying and you're seeing your loved ones, I think that that's natural. There's a lot of people that work in hospice, and they'll have people say, "Oh, look, my so and so is here," and they help them transition.
Hmm.
So, seeing a spirit, I think, and I have seen spirits, but these are kind of weird, especially when it's a doppelganger and the person is alive and right in the same place,
Yeah,
and there's
right.
two of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not really a ghost. That person is
No.
alive.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah.
but then you can have,
And what energy is it that they have that allows them to do that?
I
I
think
mean,
that,
it's.
and you can weigh in and tell me what you think. I think the black eyed children stories are doppelganger.
Oh, we are so not going there.
Okay.
You know that is my nope. Mm-mm. That's the one that that's my nope. If someone tell it's nope, and it's a bigger nope than going into a haunted doll room.
Yeah.
The black-eyed children. I haven't heard any new reports of it, but that's not to say that they haven't been. It's just that I don't have, I don't go reading the paranormal news. Um, but that's I would not put them in the bucket of a mimic or a doppelganger. I would put them definitely in the bucket of, and I would hate to say this, because you know me, I don't use this word.
Right.
I would have to put it in a demonic bucket.
Yeah. Evil. Something
Yeah,
evil. Very
yeah.
malevolent.
They are. There's nothing good about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's shift gears and go to Haunted Adventures Club because we want to have a little bit of time to talk about that. And the black eyed children thing, that is completely creepy, and I get where she would just be
Yeah.
like, let's just leave that on the table.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's
No.
awful. Awful.
It's why draw it in. That's my entire what I stand with. It's why draw it in. I don't talk about it. Why draw it in? So
Got it.
yeah. I have a
So
tendency of having things happen to me that I talk about. So I just nope.
hey,
We're not gonna go that
I
direction.
want to tell you something. I lived in this
Yes.
house where
Yes.
I had a friend and she helped me because this house was getting crazy. Something, okay, without getting lengthy, something was downstairs and it came up through an
Oh,
object.
fun.
Huh?
Ooh, fun through an object. Yeah.
And
A
now,
sarcastic
after
fun.
that happened, it got, the house was already haunted, but the thing in the basement was no bueno.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had a friend to help me with this, and she told me never talk about this in the house again. Never talk about it in the house
Hmm.
again. You should, if you
Hmm.
want to talk about it, you can talk about it, but not here.
Yep.
Because now it's quiet.
Hmm.
Now it's at rest.
Hmm.
But I just bring that up because of what you said. Some
It
things
doesn't have energy. It's
that,
it's been it's been not talked about long enough, because when you talk about something, you're giving energy to that subject.
right.
You're giving your voice to that subject. You're giving the energy. And that's, yeah, it's the same thing with that thing in the basement. Nope, do not talk about it. Nope,
Don't
just
talk about
leave
it.
it alone.
Right.
Mhm. It's the
And
same
that
thing that I
was,
feel about the black-eyed kids.
which we are going to take out of the universe and put it in a basket at the foot of the cross and just leave it there, because nobody wants to see anything. Nobody wants to see any black-eyed anything. So,
Right. And I'm going to go plant more tourmaline around my property.
yes. So you go on many adventures and your club is
Yeah.
really active.
Yeah.
And you collect your stories and your investigations and your evidence, and you guys have a lot of fun with it. You have a good time, and yet you're serious as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been talking to you as much this year, so what
Oh, it's
kind of
been insane.
cases have you done in 2026, and what do you have coming up?
2026. Well, 2026 is the first run of the Haunted Adventure Club. We started out as Kelly's Haunted Adventures, but after meeting and having Jeff and Heather Reynolds with me for all of 2025, we started having conversations after our ghost hunts, and that's where Kelly's Haunted Adventures became the Haunted Adventure Club, because we saw an ability to reach out to people all across the world to say, hey, this is a club for people that like to go ghost hunting but like to have fun and just aren't into the BS or the people that are out there trying to get jump scares and videos and whatever. We're here to investigate locations and to participate in dark tourism. And so we launched Haunted Adventure Club in March, with the first adventure being a haunted Victorian that I found as an Airbnb, and
Oh,
we went and had fun up there. Yeah, I forgot that you actually could get haunted Airbnbs. I walked into this Airbnb to spend the weekend and walked through the door, looked to my left, and there's this old woman sitting in the chair. And I'm like,
wow.
okay, yep. And that was a fun one, because it had a doorbell on the front door that you turn to make it ring.
Oh, yeah, old
And I
style.
heard that at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, it was awesome.
interesting.
It was awesome.
Wow.
So we had fun with that one. Then it seems like every single adventure we've gone through this year has had something happen on it that has been absolutely you couldn't explain it. It's just off the rocker cool.
Wow.
And we're excited to find out what happens clear to the end of the year, because the last adventure we have planned for this year is going to be one of the new locations that's just come on board. We're going to go visit a moss asylum in Missouri.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I am so looking forward to this location.
I don't love haunted asylums, like where the ghosts are kind of.
Yeah, they gets a little weird in some asylums. I've done a couple of crazy units and things like
I
that, but
had
it's
a
yeah.
friend that was a grown man, like 6'3", that got lifted up and thrown into the wall at an
Mhm.
asylum,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's like, um,
Yeah. That's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot. When you see that and you're a girl, you're just kind of like, I think I'm gonna go get a Diet
Yeah,
Pepsi or
I'm gonna
something.
go get a Diet Pepsi and go outside in my car, maybe start it
Right,
and leave. I don't
right,
know.
right. It's been fun, people,
Yeah,
but
it's
hey,
been
look
fun.
how
I'll see
late
you
it is.
later.
It's
Yeah.
late. Yeah, so very, very interesting.
Yeah,
And
we've got, let's see, it's next weekend. We're going to be at Terrace View, um, investigating that building. But I just absolutely love doing this. We're participating in dark tourism. We're helping historic buildings stay afloat, and we're getting experiences that are just off the charts,
right,
incredible. This has been one of the best years of ghost hunting I think I have ever had, ever.
interesting. And I love
Yeah.
that too, because and I think that most people in the paranormal, we love history, we love
Hmm.
architecture, and a lot of these places, the money goes towards preserving
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
and keeping it from getting torn down or something,
Yeah.
and keep it fixed up a little bit, and keeping it around. So even if you're not a paranormal investigator, a lot of locations have daytime tours where
Day
they'll walk
tours.
you
Yeah.
through and they'll tell you the history and show you everything, and you could just experience it that way. So very, very cool, because it hurts my heart to see old buildings get torn down. They just never make them like that again.
No, they won't. The buildings are incredible. They're just absolutely incredible. And yeah, there's literally locations that are staying afloat because of ghost hunting.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Miss Kelly Shaffer, we've run out
Yes.
of time. We have to do this again because
Yep.
1 hour goes by so fast. An hour and a half is perfect. 2 hours
Right?
gets
That's
a
the same
little
way as a
long.
massage should be. A massage should be an hour and a half. 2 hours is too long. An hour isn't enough. An hour and a half is just right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good point. I did have a couple questions in the chat room. I'm going to try and
Okay.
get to. Let everybody know first where they could find you.
I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram a little bit, but not as much as I'm on Facebook. I'm under Kelly Shaffer, K2 Paranormal Research, and Haunted Adventure Club. I also own a witchy site, which is Thorn and Flame Apothecary.
Okay,
And
beautiful.
yeah, yep,
And if
that's it.
anybody forgets what she just said, you can send me a message and I'll help you find her and find her book. And
Yeah, the book's on
anybody else
Amazon.
on Amazon, Kindle and paperback.
Hmm.
And did we do a hardcover on that? We did.
We did do a hard copy, soft copy, the Kindle, and we're also talking about doing audio, but I haven't made a decision about that yet.
Okay.
I've been
All
too
right.
busy to think books these days.
Right.
Articles are
Well,
about the only thing I can do.
and that's okay. And we'll keep up with it and come back, and we're going to hang out because we're just kind of like hanging out. We just go where the
Okay.
conversation goes. We talked about a lot of extra things as well. And then, you'll have some new experiences and new
Hmm.
locations, and that's
Yep.
always fun.
Yep.
I have Carl says great show. Yeah, he likes 90 minutes of massage. That's yeah. We got what are incubus and succubus. Incubus and I'll define it, and then you
Oh,
can.
I know exactly
Incubus
where
and
they are.
succubus. That's demonic spirits that are involved with you sexually, and they're stealing your energy and life force. Did I say that well enough, or would you
You
add to
did
it?
that pretty good. You did that pretty good. Yep, that's basically it, right there.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I have Camilla. And she said, how can we help the dead? I pray a rosary and divine mercy chaplet for departed souls. Is there more we can do? What I would say about that is to start praying for your ancestors all the way back to the first drop of blood in your bloodline. And then you could have a permanent list of people that you pray for and their people back to the bloodline. And then you're going to pray gratitude for all the good they did on this earth, mercy on their souls, healing of generational illnesses, ailments, addictions, afflictions, mental and emotional problems, binding and removal of any curses, black magic, dark forces, and then blessing, blessings and protection on all of the family lines out to infinity to keep people safe and strong and smart and free and good. And that is in the back of Help Me, I'm Haunted, praying for your ancestors. And that's praying for a lot of people. And a lot of people do not pray for the souls of the dead and don't think about them. But if even one of those people that you don't even know their name wasn't born or didn't fall in love, you would not be here. your children would not be here, your parents maybe would not be here. And I do think, and we can go over by a minute because we'll let Kelly weigh in on this. I think there is such a thing as ancestral curses. For one thing, we know that we have inherent medical problems. We could for sure pray about the healing of our family line when it comes to genetic. But do you believe in um, ancestral curses?
Well, part of my practice is ancestral.
Okay,
So I have my spirit guides are my great grandparents
okay,
from my father's side of my great grandmother, my great grandfather, and my great grandmother from my dad's mother's side are my two guides. So I have my dad here as well. So ancestors to me are extremely important. And
yeah,
I don't pray for them any longer. I more than what I do in my practice is I thank them for everything they've done to get me
yeah,
to where I am right now,
yeah,
because their blood flows through my body,
yes.
and everything that they have gone through is me. So I thank them for getting me here every day.
Yes. So I think, but that's what I do every night. I pray for my line of people back to the beginning and other people and their people going back to their beginning, and that's a lot of people. But I also think, and I'm not doing it for this reason, but I also think that makes them look out for me a little bit, that I'm praying gratitude and healing of generational curses, illnesses,
Mhm.
praying for their descendants out to infinity. That I do feel like I get a little help that way, whether or not I ask for it. Because a lot of people don't pray for the deceased. I'm not praying to them to help me, I'm praying for
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
But I do think that sometimes that will cause someone to give you a nudge one way or another, and they're kind of like appreciate that someone still takes the time to think about them in that
Mhm.
regard. And because I believe you're not all the way dead until you're forgotten.
Mhm. Pretty much.
And that brings us back to what you said earlier about be careful what you bring up and what names you say. And
Mhm.
I had a conversation not that long ago with somebody that was talking about their grandfather, showed me a picture of the grandfather, told me the story and the name of the grandfather. I'm outside, no wind. The rocking chair on the porch starts rocking. He let me.
I
I'm like,
love
hey,
it.
you're talking about me. Hey, how's
I
it
love
going?
it. I love it.
People might think that's scary. I don't think that's so scary. I
Mm.
don't.
Nope.
It's a validation. Anyway, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so very much.
You're
Everybody,
welcome.
stay tuned
Broke up
for
my day.
Spirit Switchboard with Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. I promise we'll have Kelly back within the next couple of months, and we'll hang out again and have some more fun and talk about all of these topics that everyone enjoys, because she's got really just fabulous stories and information. And thank you for coming, everyone. And,
Thank you.
and
You're more than welcome. My pleasure.
have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful weekend. And thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. And we're going to talk about cryptids. So that'll be a lot of
Yay!
fun. Okay. Good night,
All right.
everybody. Thank you
Good
so
night.
much.
Thank you.